Hi there. So, let's see if I can sit in a way so I don't bump into everything. Yes, I do still. So I will continue with this whole. This is connected to the atame or ritual knife. I want to turn it kind of in the other direction though, but these are the ones that I think I've mentioned them now and then. The Gothic or Goth Tarot, I think they're called. Not as I thought about some vampire, but they usually use the same kind of colors, so that's why I thought it was. And I don't think I like the whole deck. I don't have it, because when I think about it, when I've checked several of those images, these colors, when it's too much of them, if it's all there is in a deck, it lacks something to me, and also it's way too dark. I long for light then. So, yeah, but still I wanted to keep one of those up. Yeah, so, and it feels a little bit strange to have that energy, let's say, or that image up and continue to talk about this related to Buddhism, the tool. But to me, yeah, that's related to my atame. So we were at determination and effort, which is these 8 characteristics. Yeah. Or perfection or quality. Yeah. And that is about... I wonder what I talked about. I must think about this. Yeah, I didn't talk about this. I mentioned a little bit previously, but it's also one of these paramitas, 6 paramitas. Virya, paramita. And so it's energy also. And Buddha said that there are many sorts of, all kinds of sorts of positive and negative seeds in the deep depth of our storage consciousness. Seeds of anger, illusion, fear, and also those of understanding, compassion, forgiveness, and so. And by the way, I have to stop bumping into this stuff. Yeah, I will put a link to one of the best books in the world, The Power of Now with Eckhart Tolle. So if you need to get in touch with some wisdom, go ahead and listen to that. The brilliance of that is just beyond, and it's still understandable in a way that at least to me, when some other people talk about similar things, it's just not understandable in a way. And I mean, in one way it isn't. You can't describe it and understand, but somehow I pick up things from what he says that make it clearer, which is nice. So I hope it does the same for you, and also just to listen to his lovely little voice. I love that. It's so gentle and so full of love. It's awesome. Okay. And also that we have inherited a lot of these seeds from our ancestors also. So we need to recognize each of these seeds. So if it's a negative seed, like of fear or anger or jealousy or favoring someone or something like that, then we maybe shouldn't water that. Because every time we give water to such a seed, then it will also it will take form in our conscious mind, not only in our subconscious, and then we get to suffer, and those around also will suffer. So do not water our heavier negative seeds, yeah. And do our best not to water them in others. because otherwise they will be unhappy and we will also be unhappy. So just discernment on what we water, what we give nourishment to. So if you want to be happy, avoid to nourish your negative seeds. This is like very, it's clear before anyone says it, but still you can need to hear sometimes repetitions of such things that you kind of know. It's quite clear for everyone, I guess, at the same time. To not water them, and not ask others not to water them. And this is about the determination and effort as well. Or that is what it is. But this we can direct that in all kinds of ways. But this is where we should use it if we want the best benefit we could have. So and also to recognize the positive seeds and within ourselves and live our lives so that we can get in touch with them and help others, or help them to manifest in our conscious mind so that we can then spread them in the world more consciously. And every time they take form and linger for a while in this upper part of consciousness that we are aware of, our awareness, they linger in our awareness, then they grow stronger. And if these positive seeds every day grow stronger, we then will be happy and we will make those we love happy. So recognize these positive seeds with them. How do you say that in English? Not at those you love. What is it? In those you love, yeah. And give them water, and then they will be much more happy. So that's wonderful and very nice way, and it gives immediate result. And I would love to be able to do that here, but it's a little bit. Now I like the word tricky. It's a little bit tricky, but I appreciate. I would love to really give each and every one of you appreciation and tell you about that more in depth. But then again, I hope you know, and I try to share it now and then anyway, so that hopefully you know. Yeah. But also as an image, maybe I should draw here, because sometimes it's relaxing, the sounds, and to watch that, but you just have to draw in your mind now. So imagine a circle that is divided in the center, like the equator, kind of, and the lower part of the storage consciousness, or is the storage consciousness, and the upper part is this aware consciousness then. And all constructions are buried deep in our storage consciousness, aside from if you then would be a fully enlightened Buddha. Then also the seeds aren't there, those negative, let's say, seeds. They are, well, maybe you shouldn't say like destroyed, but they are, they have vanished. Yeah. Anyway, Anyways, most of us, we have those seeds. And each of those seeds can be activated and take form in this upper level that is our conscious self, our awareness. And to consciously exercise, to do our best to not touch the negative seeds in our storage consciousness, and to not give them opportunity to take form. Those like devastation or all kinds of things that feed negative results, that is what we should strive for. So prevent that they come up. To not water them, and what is that then? That is to be, we shouldn't go around blindfolded like such, but not give nourishment to it. Mostly keep our awareness on those things that are the good seeds. That waters them. Everything we focus on, we give energy to. So, as I mentioned before, also we could change this if there is a rotten plug, do you say, in a chair or something, in some sort of wooden construction, then we can exchange that to a new one. That is, if something is of the wrong size or rotten or in some way or another in bad shape, the carpenter then can exchange that and put in a new one there. Yeah. I just think about that now. About what I saw that chair. Anyway, sometimes things are so symbolic. Anyways, one way to exercise is when a mental construction that you perceive as harmful, when it arises in you, to invite another mental construction to take its place. So you exchange. It's like Susan Powers does the exchange program. Yeah. So, because many of our seeds in our storage consciousness is beautiful and healthy. So just to breathe in and out and invite them to come up. And then the other seed will sink to the bottom again. So that's the way to exchange this plug. And then there is an exercise to activate as many positive seeds as possible in your storage consciousness so that they can start to take form in your upper, your awareness then. And so it's like if you want to watch a special TV program, you put that channel on where it is shown, and in the same manner to just invite those pleasant seeds into your living room or to your channel, into your consciousness. Don't invite a guest who will bring you sorrow or suffering. So surround yourself with those who water those healthy seeds in you. And the seed of mindfulness is a wonderful seed. And that in itself, just to be mindful, be present in the now, will make those other seeds that aren't, that would be harmful, they will sink. Yeah. And this mindfulness, this mindful awareness, this presence is Buddha within us. So take every opportunity to stimulate this seed and help it manifest in the upper part of your consciousness. And another thing you can do is to hold a healthy seed as long as possible after it have been manifest, after you are aware of something great or good, beneficial. You hold that and you can stay in the awareness of it for like 15 minutes. And if you are able to do so, then this seed will become much stronger. And next time you don't have to strain so much, It will be much easier for you to reach that. if you're capable of keeping your mindfulness. It doesn't have to be on something special really, but just a mindfulness seed that is positive, wonderful seed to focus on whatever it is, your breath, that's part of, or one sort of meditation, and that can really help. So it's very important to help these seeds of mindfulness, awareness, presence, forgiveness, compassion to grow. And you do that by holding them in your consciousness. I mean, keeping your focus or your awareness upon them. Yes, so for as long as possible. And then you transform things from the basics. And that is what it really means, this determination and effort. Effort may oftentimes mean something else in many occasions, but not for this. So yeah, that is a really, really good reminder for me. And yeah, as the saying is, like, when the student is ready, the teacher is there. No, not like that. It's like, how is it now? And something like that. And the teacher appears, or something, right? And that can be a teaching. It doesn't have to be a teacher. And it can be things that you've heard or worked with before, but they come back because now we will understand them in a deeper way. Or you would want them. Life may have pushed you into a situation where you need them more. So you will go for that which is for the best, that you maybe would have ignored otherwise. So we shouldn't anything, but to myself I think that I should be really grateful for all of the things, because they give me these treasures that I would have ignored. I would have been busy doing something else, less important otherwise. So, yeah, and then since I've just talked about this, I mentioned this before also in a video, but so this was not so long, so maybe I should stop. But I can instead jump onto the 9th, which is Maitri then, which is loving kindness. And then the last is equanimity or calm. That is kind of self-evident. All of them are, maybe to some degree, but some of them, as for example effort, that's maybe not the first thing we think about. Transforming and working with those seeds in our consciousness and so. But equanimity and calm, I think that's quite easy to understand. There are many different ways to reach that, though. Yeah. But for loving kindness, and all our voices are important, and maybe also, when you think you do harm to someone, maybe you don't. And even those who wish to do, maybe they don't. Maybe they are the greatest beneficiary or benefactors, what do you say, for that person, whether they like it or not. So there are these 4 infinite dimensions of consciousness, which is love, compassion, joy, and I think you could say equanimity there, balance. So, yeah. And so maybe I get into that also a little bit here, but loving kindness is the kind of the topic here. But about these 4 unlimited dimensions of consciousness, at the time of Buddha, the Brahmins, if you say, I tried to translate from Swedish here, they prayed that they, after the death, would come to the heavens and rest in eternity with Brahma, the god of all there is. And one day one of those Brahmins came to Buddha and asked, what can I do to make sure that will get to Brahma when I die? And Buddha answered, sorry, sleepy. Yeah. And Buddha answered, because Brahma is love, the source of love, you have to practice the houses or homes of Brahma Viharas, or however you would say, and that is those 4 unlimited dimensions of consciousness. So we need to practice these. And as I said, love, compassion, joy, and balance or equanimity. And that's true love. So, and that's much more luxurious than a fancy hotel or anything. These are the place of thousands of stars, aside for like a 4 stars hotel or something. And they are called unlimited because when you practice them, they grow in you until they embrace the whole world, and you will get happier, and everybody around you, I speak Swedish, will also be happier. And also Buddha respected everyone's wish to practice their own faith, and therefore he also talked to the Brahmin on his language. So, and if you like, for example, then walking meditation, you should do that. And if you like more sitting meditation, you should do that. But to still keep your roots. Don't cut your roots, whether they are Jewish, Christian, or Muslim roots. That is the best way to realize the spirit of Buddha. We can't be happy if we abandon our roots. And if we practice these dimensions of consciousness, then we will know how to heal diseases like anger, pain, insecurity, depression, hate, loneliness, and unhealthy addictions. Practicing. I need to practice more. And some think that the sutra is the most, or the highest of all of the teachings of Buddha, and that they lead to the end of all suffering, and that all pain goes away. But that's not true. What can I say? On one occasion, Buddha said to Ananda to teach the young monks about these 4 unlimited dimensions of consciousness, and they will feel safe, strong, and joyous, overly joyous, free from pain to body and mind. And they will, for the rest of their lives, be well equipped to walk on the path of a monk, a purity of a monk. And at one occasion, Buddha his disciples visited a monastery close by, or who also had an opinion that was close. And the monks asked there that, we have heard that or the monks there asked, we have heard that your teacher Gautama teach about these 4 infinite dimensions of consciousness: love, compassion, joy, and balance or equanimity. And our teacher also teach about them. What's the difference? And the disciples of Buddha didn't know what to answer. And when they returned to their monastery, Buddha said that everyone who practice these 4 infinite dimensions of consciousness, together with the 7 aspects of awakening, the 4 noble truths and the Eightfold Path, they will deepen their enlightenment. So love, compassion, joy, equanimity or calm, it's the true nature of the enlightened. And it's true love. It's the 4 aspects of true love within ourselves and everything. And the first aspect is Maitri, our will to spread joy and happiness. And to be able to develop that ability, we need to see and look and listen deeply to know what we should or should not do to make others happy. And to offer someone you love, something they don't need, is not Maitri. You need to see their actual situation, otherwise your gift can make them unhappy. Yeah. So you can't decide for other people what they would want, they should want, That's not an example of love, to force someone in your direction. Even though you mean well, you lack in understanding, so. And without understanding there is no love, so we need to look deeply and understand our beloved's needs and efforts and sufferings. We all need love. Love makes us happy and makes us feel good, and it's as natural as the air around us. And the air loves us. We need air, fresh air, to be happy and feel good. And the trees love us. We need trees to be healthy. And we need love to be able to love. And therefore we must also understand. And for our love to persevere, we need to take certain measures and steps and avoid certain measures and steps to protect the air, the trees, and our beloved. And Maitri can be translated as love or loving kindness. And some Buddhist teachers prefer loving kindness when the word love have been attached to many other things. And even if a word have been sick because we use it in a sick way, like, I love hamburgers or something, as I also use when I say it. I remember this though when I say things like that. But anyways, we need to heal our words sometimes, so we should probably use love and not love and kindness. And be more careful with the language, because it's a beautiful word. And we need to regain its proper meaning. And the word Maitri comes from the word mitra. Maybe also like it's mitras, I don't know, which means friend. And in Buddhism, love, first of all, means friendship. So, and we all have these seeds of love within us. We can develop this wonderful seed and source of energy by giving nourishment to this love without any demands, that does not expect anything in return. And when we understand someone deeply, even those who have hurt us, we cannot not love that person. And Shakyamuni Buddha, he declared that the next Buddha will be Maitreya, which means the Buddha of love. So, yeah, that was that. Oh, still I've just talked for half an hour, but these were the 10 qualities or perfections, or the 10th is equanimity, then in calm, but it was mentioned here also. So, yeah, we have something to practice if we wish. And as I said, these are my tools only. They are not something that relates to anyone else, really. Or maybe they do. But I've never heard it, because many don't combine things in the way that I do when it comes to my as it also says here about the not cutting our roots. I really love my connection to Christianity, and I don't want to be rid of it. I want to rather really engage in it to understand the things there that are very valuable. I don't want to, as they say, throw out the child with the bathwater, or what it is. There is always those rotten plugs here and there that we may not have use of at the time, at least, but we can exchange those then, or at least focus in on the things that are good there, our traditions. And also further back, I go further back, and that's why I was drawn, as I said before, to paganism or Wicca as well, because it relates to my native ancestors, and I also want to carry their tradition forward if I can, since they were forced to not practice or share or even speak their own language. So, yeah. So, but to me there have never been a conflict in that, in keeping these within me and practice them side by side. All of them mean very much to me, so I cannot see my path, my spiritual path is not divided, it's one, but it have elements or inspiration from many various sources. And also, as I've said about my first husband, whom I love dearly, and also I am loved as dearly back. He is a Sufi and I'm not, but still we have the same faith. It's just some sort of, it doesn't matter to any of us, and it have never mattered, because it's the love, what we pick up or have found on our path that reflects the spirit that we have seen. And in the same manner, even though I have not walked his path or met that so I can relate to those things that I've heard or seen. Also seen his ways, of course, matters. But I mean, yeah, I love, like, for example, Rumi or such. But what I wanted to say really is that even those paths that I don't practice, I can kind of embrace, but I still don't practice them and don't know about them a lot. So, but when it comes to the pagan or witchy path, if you say, and the Christian and also the Buddhist, both Zen and Tibetan, they go a little bit hand in hand for me. But the peace of Zen is like heavenly. And I love it so much. Even before Thich Nhat Hanh, before I stumbled upon him, that I love more than everything. But even before then, I was really, really drawn to Zen. And actually, to begin with, I was generally drawn to Buddhism also. But I got more and more of it the more I got in touch with these, for mostly then Zen or Tibetan Buddhism. And I think the Tibetan one is because they also get possessed by their, or they can be, like, it's kind of shamanism in Buddhist clothings. So I feel that is kind of the same to me. And also monarchy then, that have been added later. And yeah, I'm glad that I've had many inspirations before then, because then it's not so difficult, because otherwise I think I would have questioned it quite a lot, because the way the chakras are perceived are a little bit different, and yeah, how you work with things. And I think it can get very confusing if you work with various systems. It probably, if you aren't like me, that cannot stop being curious and wanting to check what else there is out there, and I constantly find. It's not that I seek because I haven't found. I seek because I like it. I seek because I like to explore, and also because I've found. I think I would have been absolutely not, disillusioned, and I think I wouldn't have kept seeking like I do in these ways and be inspired and stimulated by it if I hadn't found all the time. And that's the thing. I do, but nothing is like complete, and I don't think it will be or have to be. But these paths together brings completeness to what I need personally, and I wouldn't want to be without any of them. I can't even think it without any of them. That would be something really lacking in my spirituality if I didn't have that part also. So, but then again, I can kind of revise it? No, but I can, if I have a certain perception or a way of viewing something in one of those paths, maybe that can change so that I look at it differently. And I hope it does. I want things to be alive. And I want to be open to what they can mean. So, but also, the combination of not being like all there is and think that everything is, that you would be, I don't know. I love both of these sides of being, I love all of these sides, but in the Christian path, there is very much this, how can I say, it's a kind of a rest, because you're taken care of. And there is this trust also, and there is some sort of it's also vast. We can never grasp it, so I can totally relate. And I love that. I love to be in that state of mind or something where everything is just taken care of. I don't say it well what I mean, because this is much greater than I can explain. I see like all the galaxies and star skies before myself when I think about that. But I mean, bumping into it all the time. Yeah, I absolutely love that position of viewing or communicating, or being be taken care of in a way also, and being in awe of and adoring this greatness that is, because everything gets very belittled and strange if I just am all that greatness myself, although we kind of are this microcosms, and so it's something in that, and in the things that is very hard to grasp, and that is not understandable from my perspective, even with any logic. I kind of love that whole that something goes beyond that still, so it's worth it. It's something very strong there, which is love. Then obviously everywhere is love, but at the same time I absolutely love all the capabilities we have personally, the things that we can develop and use, and how we can transform and change things. And that I feel is divine gifts we have, and I like to develop my full potential, and I would love to do that also physically if I ever got to that part. And yeah, there are many things in these ways of connecting or viewing the divine that are contrasting, but at the same time not. It's just from another angle, exploring it from a different angle, I feel, but it's the same thing. Also, depending on your own attitude or your purpose with it, I think. And that goes for all equally, I think. You can, misuse anything or misinterpret any kind of things if you want. So, yeah, but I feel that this image now is quite harsh. But I think these aces are very beautiful though, but now it feels a little bit too dark. Maybe I'm not in a good place to have these colors and that up for the moment. But I've already chosen that for image, so I will upload it for you. Yeah, but I would love to turn it so that the sword is pointing upwards. I feel that is also the connection to spirit. Here it's focused on the more material, physical world. And yeah, we need to turn that ace around. No, we can have it in all kinds of directions, honestly. Maybe it's the balance between, that is the important thing. Anyways, also, I would love to read that lyrics someday. I forgot to have it up there now also, but this whole, maybe I should Google it, but I'm a little bit tired. I will skip that, I think. For now, I will do it some other day. This 4 is a magic number by Loudon Wainwright III. I really bug you with him now, but it's great to not listen to so much to someone else, but listen to yourself. And also to Eckhart Tolle, this book I will put the link to beneath. You just have to listen to that. Well, take care, sweet ones, and talk to you soon. Much, much love.